Hello, my friends. Today we're going to look at Google Classroom. Most of the work you do for school is going to be in the Google Classroom. So here's how you're going to get there. Now, first of all, if you are logged into your Chromebook, when you go to Google, you should already be logged into Google. Your Chromebook should know who you are and be ready to go. If you're not, or if you're on someone else's computer, what you'll need to do is sign in. So I'm on Google. If you notice in the top right corner, there's a sign in button. If I was already signed in, my little face would be there, my account information, but I'm going to sign in. So I'm going to use a um, pretend email account to get us started, but you would put in your student email address and password. And once you do that, you should be logged into Google. And now that I've logged in, you'll notice up here in the right hand corner, there's my little avatar. To get to Classroom, or to get to anything you need generally in Google for schoolwork, is going to be in your waffle. That's what I call this little um, box of boxes. There's 9 boxes. So if I click on there, it says Google Apps, and I'm looking for Google Classroom. So I'm going to scroll down until I find, there it is. Looks like a little blackboard. And I'm in Google Classroom. If you're a student, you'll see every class you're enrolled in. You might see 6 or 8 classes here. But here's my pretend class. So I click on my class, and this is the Google Classroom. You'll notice the name of the class at the top. You'll notice there's a little message down here that I wrote for my students. If your teacher has not turned it off, you'll have the option of writing messages here to your class. Just remember, your classmates will see these, so will your teacher, so will some parents, principals. Lots of people see what you write here, so be appropriate. Keep that in mind. And don't write silly stuff because that just fills up the screen. Don't write a message here unless it's super important. Now, to find out if you have assignments due, you're going to look on the left. This little box that says upcoming. If you have something due soon, it would show up right here. But if I go to the very top and click on classwork, you'll see if there are any assignments. Now, when you're first in Google Classroom, you get all these messages. You can read them if it helps, or just click on Got It. Now, this class has 1 assignment. Here it is. You might see several assignments here. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see when it's due. Sometimes an assignment won't be due maybe until the end of the class, so they may not even have a date there, but you can go and work on it. So if I click on the assignment, I can read my directions. It says, please write a poem about how awesome Mr. Hiley is. So if I click View Assignment, here's my workspace. And it tells you can add a file. If you have something in your Google Drive that you want to attach, you would use this button right here. When you're finished, you mark as done. Make sure you've done everything you're supposed to for that assignment before you mark it as done. Okay, so you can also send a message to your teacher right here if you have a question about the assignment or just want to send a message you don't want everyone to see. You can send private messages. They can also send a message back to you, just to you, through this system right here. So here's my work. There's a box that says your work and this is assigned. So I'm going to add my work. So I'm going to go to my Google Drive and I'm going to look for my poem. And if you just wrote it up, it's going to be in your recent. So I'm just going to pretend like it's the most recent thing that I did. I'm just going to use this. That's not really my poem, but you get the idea. And I'm going to attach it. And it's going to take it a minute. Now, oh, I know. So when you're looking at your assignment, you're going to want to add the work that you created for your assignments. You're going to use this add or create button, and you have 2 choices. You can add a file from your Google Drive if you've already created it, or you can create a new document. So I'll show you both ways. If I'm going to add a file from Google Drive, I'll click Google Drive. It'll show me my drive. It'll show me my most recent work. And here is the last thing I did. My teacher is awesome. I'm going to click on that, and that's going to go in my assignment. And you'll notice there it is. It's going to be attached. And if I wanted to create something new, I'm going to go to create, and you can create in docs, slides, sheets, or drawings. I'll just do docs. And I'm going to create a new document. And it's thinking, there we go. So it takes me back over to Drive, and it tells me the name of my class and the name of the assignment. So I'm going to make up a poem to satisfy the requirements of this assignment. And as I type, it saves as I go. So you don't have to worry about saving things. So I'm going to type up my little poem real quick. And once I'm finished, then I'm going to close that. And you'll notice I've got two attachments. You don't need both. You can attach from your Google Drive, or you can create. Do whatever you need to do to answer whatever the assignment is your teacher gave you. Now, when you're finished, make sure you click this turn in button. But also make sure you're not clicking turn in if there's nothing attached here. Teachers don't want to get a blank assignment where it says you did the work and there's nothing there. So make sure you have an attachment and then click turn in. Once you've turned it in, it's going to say, are you sure? Yes, turn in. It says you have two attachments. And I am finished with that assignment. Now, if you realize, oh, I made a mistake, you can unsubmit so you can work on it some more. Your teacher also has the option of sending it back to you so you can work on it some more. But unless your teacher sends it back or you click unsubmit, then you're finished. Your assignment is turned in. Now you wait for your grade. So if I go back to my classroom and I click on classwork, it shows I've turned it in. Once it's graded, it'll show your grade there. That's a basic overview of Google Classroom. If you have questions, please use the Ask a Librarian function on the technical page, and I'll be glad to answer your question. Good luck in Google Classroom.